Hello everybody, it's the Stumpy Outdoors. Got a Team Diawa S 103 HSD reel here. My favorite bass fishing casting reel. It's getting a little bit sticky. It ain't casting quite right. So today we're going to pull this thing apart and we're going to clean the bearings out. Thought we'd do a little short video and show you how we go about doing that. Okay, on this particular reel, the first thing we got to do is we got to loosen this screw right here so we can take the side plate off. When it comes all the way loose, it's got a little spring behind it. It'll pop right there. You can pop right out like that right there. All you got to do is turn your side plate, a little wiggle. Out she comes. Right there's where one of the bearings is at. Right there on the spool. Right in here is the other bearing. About time for some new line on this reel too, I believe. Got quite a bit of memory to it. Alright, this bearing right here feels pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to put just a little bit of quantum, the tags wore off of it, a little bit of quantum hot sauce. Just a couple of drips on that bearing. We're going to spin her around, let her get worked in there good. This other bearing, there's a small retainer clip that we got to get out, and it's very, very small. If you let it get away from you, you're in trouble. And we're going to try to get it out of there without losing it today. The way I normally do it is I hold my thumb over it and flake it loose on one side, and then I work it out of there. Alright, I got one side of it to come out. Catch there with my finger. Don't know if you can see that thing or not. That is a little bitty retaining clip. Got a little tray here. We're going to lay it in the tray so we don't lose it. We're going to take that bearing. We're going to tap it. And out it comes right here on my finger. Now the way we clean this bearing, this one here comes out pretty easy. So we're going to clean it. We're going to clean all the old grease out. And we're going to go back with hot sauce. So when we come back, I'll show you how I clean them. Alright, we're back. Had to go find me a pencil. And what we do here, take and stick that bearing on the end of a pencil and push it down. Had to let us spin that bearing there and clean it. And the way I clean it is CRC brake clean. That's one of the best things I found to clean these bearings out with. We'll hold this thing right out here. Won't make too much of a mess. Once you clean all that old grease and oil out of these things, they really spin free. What we do is, as I blow on it, it'll evaporate all of that brake clean right out of that bearing. We'll get it just completely dry, and then we'll put the hot sauce in there and slick her up. believe that's pretty much got it right there. Right here, all we do, we'll get up here and see if we can get a good close-up. Just a couple of drops of that hot sauce right there. You see the red on the end. We'll roll her in there a little bit, let it soak down in. Turn her over. Do the same thing to the other side. I believe that's got her. As you can see, the inside of that reel is pretty doggone clean. And I'll tell you, it's probably been, I bet it's been 6 years since I've had this reel apart. And this is the reel I carry to the river. And there's no telling, I know there's been more than once that the river has swept my feet out from under me and I've went down. But a rod in my hand, and this reel has been underwater, beat on the bottom, beat on rocks. You can see how scratched up the side plate is and beat up. That comes from me being fumble-footed and can't stand up on slick rocks. But this thing has been in the mud, in the water, in the sand. But I tell you, that's pretty doggone clean inside for all this reel's been through. We're gonna drop that bearing right back in the hole there. And now we're gonna see if we can get this clip in without losing it. That surprises me. That's probably the easiest I've ever got one to go back in. Alright, we ready to put our spool back in? I believe I'll put just a drop of hot sauce right. I forgot to put any on this end right here. Just a drop right down inside that reel. Back on, tighten the little nut back up right here. I believe I got a long enough screwdriver here. Just happened to be the one laying on my workbench. And that doesn't need to be too awfully tight. Let's see how smooth she is now. Oh, that is way better. I wish I had showed you how long this spool would spin before I did this. Before I did this, the spool would only spin for about 5 seconds and stop. Let's give her a spin and see how long she'll spin now. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012. 13. There she just now stopped. So we just about doubled the amount of time that reel was free spool. If you spin them backwards, you won't fluff your line when you're checking this. If you spin them forward, you're going to have a backlash and you're going to have a mess. But that really slicked that little reel up right there. I get back to the water with it this weekend. I'll have to be careful because it's so much slicker than it has been. I've been able to sling it hard as I can and it won't backlash. It's so slick now, it'll backlash if I'm not careful. Well, that right there, boys, people, is a good way to clean up a reel. A quick way to get your bearings oiled up and slick them up. That reel will cast, I would say, I can probably double my distance now as slick as those bearings are. Just got to be careful not to backlash. Alright, that right there is a way to clean up a reel. Just a quick cleanup. Didn't get too extensive on it. Didn't break it down too far. A lot of little parts in there. Easy to lose what you're working on. So all we did was take one bearing out. We oiled up one bearing in place. But that reel is slick. I'll tell you, I'm gonna turn this camera down here and I'm gonna show you one more time how long that spool will spin. I'm going to hold it right up here in front of the camera. We're going to give her a spin, and she just roll and roll and roll. That is a slick, slick spool right there. This was not a very expensive reel either. It was in the $160, $170 range when I bought it. And it's got a really good drag. I'm a big fan of Diawa, Team Diawa stuff. I wish they still made this reel. They don't make it anymore, however, so I need to keep up what I got. Again, this is Stumpy with Stumpy Outdoors. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we hope to see you again. Y'all have a good day.